On the mill today is a variety of species. Well, actually only two. Well, maybe more, because we hope to get through these pretty fast. And how are we going to get through these really fast? Well, a couple months back, well, I guess back in around Christmas time, before Christmas, we went to Williamsburg, and I was joking as we saw some benches along their walking trails that were simply like, it looked like 12 by 12 cans sitting on the ground. And so we have these hickories that seem to be impervious to rot, because the tree's been down, well, it's been dead for who knows how many years, but it's been like, it knocked over a white oak and a couple of white oaks on the way down. And so we finally decided yesterday to clean up that area, and in doing so we got some fairly large hickory logs out of that. So we thought these hickories might make nice benches like the ones we saw in Williamsburg. Jane says that's a simple enough bench I ought to be able to figure out how to make. We'll just cut us a 12 by 12 cant and stick it in the yard somewhere.
Do it.
I think I might be able to handle that. So we're just going to cut these really quickly into, I don't know if 12-inch, and what's a good height for a bench. So what we thought we might do is cut some of this white oak. We got some smaller white oak, cut those into like 4x4s, and then use those to go across the hickory, the big hickory cants, and those will be benches. And so then eventually we'll go out in some nice scenic spots in our properties. We have a nice lake out there. We're going to have a really nice hillside over here as soon as we get rid of all the laurel and stuff, and set some benches up in some nice places to just sit and contemplate the life on earth, you know. So we'll probably lay down some crush and run, put down some slate. We got a bunch of slate slabs, and then make some nice sitting spots out in the forest. So in strategic locations that look good. So that's what I think we'll do with these. So get these quickly.
Today we're having a marathon milling extravaganza, and we'll know if we're successful if we can saw more than 4 logs, because that's the highest number yet of logs in a day. I think
what she's trying to say is I haven't actually hyped this enough.
That's right. It's marathon milling extravaganza.
We'll have to do a lot of speed up on this then. If this is a whole day's job, we got to edit it down to like 20 minutes.
So we'll be really fast. It'll look like we were running a marathon.
Anyway, well, let's see. We got 5 up here on deck. Like I said, a couple of them are cheats because we're just going to mill them into probably 12 by 12s. What's a good chair height? Like 18 inches maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, so if you mill them to 12 by 12s,
yeah,
right, then we can put a 4-inch block underneath it, and that gets us up to, 16 inches? Maybe we get 14-inch. These are certainly big enough, maybe to get 14-inch cans, and then I can probably take this smaller of the 2 white oaks, mill them down in some 4x4s, and then cut those up, because they're rot resistant as well, obviously, because this is one of the ones that were knocked down, and it's still solid as a rock.
And on the ground.
And on the ground. It ain't quite dry actually, so.
Yeah. No slime at all.
No slime. These things are doing good. So
what do we got to do, Dick?
We got to get to it.
It was very nasty.
We were just blowing it all right up in our face.
Talk about eating sawdust. Oh.
Alright, so we still got our hole here. It's pretty deep too.
Oh, that looked nasty.
Yeah, it goes down there. We'll take another inch off of this.
Wow.
The wind is not favorable to us today.
No, it is not.
Blowing some nasty old stuff in our face.
Yeah.
Wow, man, this is that's some nice looking stock right there.
Yeah, you got your scraper somewhere close by.
Yeah.
It sits up taller than what I'm used to, because usually I feel like I can see the tree after you've milled it.
Keep in mind, this thing was standing dead for years. Then fell over.
And stayed there for years.
Stayed there for a couple of years.
I thought that might make a really good cup holder there. If it's a bench, you need a cup holder, right?
Cup holder. Just drill it out. Yep, there's some slime in there. All right. I mean, there's a couple of insect holes in this thing. But remember, we're going for a square bench, and it's way longer than a bench needs to be. So it's easy enough to cut that part off, especially once we get it down to...
Yeah. Or makes the bench have a little bit of character.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to keep it in there?
Mm-hmm.
Fill it with some epoxy.
There you go.
I don't know if I get too fancy for something that's going to stay outside. You want to kind of look woodland, right?
Woodland, yeah, but you know, blue like pool or pond. That would be nice.
So here's what we do. Looks like we got a nice flat edge. We're going to flip it over.
Okay.
Remember, we're not going for that crotch figure that's up there.
No, I guess not.
We will once we get both sides, top and bottom squared up here. We'll see what that does look like.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll change our mind.
Maybe so.
Starting to get a little character in here. You end up with something like this. That wind is horrible today.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to mess up our epic.
Our marathon extravaganza.
So, if you end up with something like that, yeah, I guess you could fill it with epoxy. You probably ought to seal it with something anyway when you're done with it.
Yeah.
So, if you want it to last longer in the woods, otherwise it'll eventually rot out and make a pool and get worse.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to go ahead and flip it up on its side, I think. See if we can't get closer to that can.